Hold on to your seats, folks, because the Sister Wives Season 19 Tell-All is about to take you on a wild ride. One that's going to be packed with more drama than we've ever seen before. The stakes have never been higher. The tension is through the roof, and the gloves, well, they've completely come off. In this explosive four-part special, nothing, and I mean nothing, is left unsaid. We've watched the Brown family go through years of ups and downs, but this season, it's on another level. Christine, now a newly free woman after her divorce, is ready to spill all the tea. And trust me, there's a lot to pour. Cody, oh, Cody, is fighting tooth and nail to defend his actions. But let's just say his temper is getting harder to control. And then there's the calm in the storm. The voice of reason, Suki, who's desperately trying to keep everything together while Cody's emotional outbursts threaten to derail everything. And let's not forget about the other wives. Mary, who's been holding on to the past for far too long, and Janelle, who's finally having enough of Cody's double standards. The cracks in their family's foundation are widening, and what we're about to see will leave us all questioning everything we thought we knew about the Browns. So, if you want to be in the loop on all the chaos, the heartache, and the shocking revelations, hit that subscribe button right now. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Christine's journey has been nothing short of emotional, but what we're seeing in this season is a whole new level of self-awareness. For years, she played the role of the captain in the family, the one who always put Cody's needs front and center, often at the expense of her own desires and identity. And let's be real here. If you've been following Christine's story, you know she's been the glue holding the family together, constantly trying to make things work, even when it meant sacrificing her own happiness. But in this tell-all, Christine drops a truth bomb that shakes us all to our core. She admits, with gut-wrenching honesty, that during her marriage to Cody, everything she did revolved around him. Her decisions, her time, even her emotions. Cody was always the center of her world. And not just when he was around. Even when he wasn't physically present, Christine was still planning her life in a way that would make Cody happy when he returned. That's a huge revelation because, for the longest time, Christine was willing to bend over backward to please him, convinced that her role as a wife and mother was to serve his every whim. But here's the kicker. She admits that, in hindsight, she's almost embarrassed by how fixated she was on him. She says it herself. I was fixated on him. That hit hard, didn't it? For someone who once gave everything, including her identity, to the man she loved, realizing that it wasn't a partnership but more of a one-sided devotion is absolutely soul-crushing. It's an eye-opener for us, the viewers, because we've watched Christine pour herself into this family for so long. And now, with this admission, it's like we're seeing her truly wake up. The emotional weight behind that realization is raw and real, and it's not just about her marriage, it's about reclaiming her life. Oh boy, if you thought Cody couldn't get any more defensive, think again. The Tell-All special is the perfect storm for his unpredictable, often volatile behavior. And this time, he's not holding back. From the very start, Cody's statements are like a ticking time bomb waiting to explode, especially when it comes to his relationships with his wives. Take, for example, the jaw-dropping moment when he says, "I never loved them." I mean, what? That was the line that made everyone, including the other wives, stop in their tracks. And not just the wives, but all of us watching at home, too. Let's be real here. Cody's got a serious issue with accountability. The way he tried to brush off his actions, especially when Suki calmly questions him, is just unbelievable. He's like a broken record, constantly shifting the blame and playing the victim. It's as if he can't take ownership of anything. The worst part? When Suki tries to calmly hold him accountable, he snaps. Instead of reflecting on his actions, he deflects. Why don't you make everyone else accountable too? It's such a bizarre response because, in that moment, Suki is doing what a good host should do, asking the hard questions. But Cody? He's too busy focusing on how he's not the bad guy, refusing to address the real issues at hand. And then we get to the crown jewel of Cody's rationalizations, his relationship with Robyn. He keeps trying to paint this picture of a divine connection with her, like their bond is something elevated and special, superior to anything he has with the other wives. He's practically defending this bizarre higher power connection they share, like it's some divine love that the other wives just can't understand. But here's the thing, it's all just code for favoritism. The other wives see it, we see it, and yet Cody insists on spinning this narrative where Robyn is above reproach while the others, well, they're just not as important. This defensive spiral is Cody at his most toxic. It's clear that he's not interested in repairing relationships. He's interested in protecting his own image at any cost, even if it means lying to himself. If there's one person in this entire tell-all who deserves a standing ovation, it's Suki. This woman is basically the emotional anchor in the midst of a hurricane. We all know Sister Wives is a hotbed for drama, but Suki has been the calm, collected force trying to hold everything together. The level of restraint she shows in these episodes is something to behold, especially considering the outbursts coming from Cody. Let's be real. It can't be easy to moderate a family that's as divided as the Browns, but somehow Suki manages to keep her cool and steer the conversation, even when it feels like the whole thing is about to spiral into chaos. But don't be fooled. Suki's restraint is not without struggle. You can see it in her eyes, the moments when she's just done with Cody's behavior. There's a certain weariness behind her calm demeanor, like she's mentally screaming at him to just stop with the tantrums. When Cody goes off the rails, accusing everyone else of not being held accountable, Suki doesn't flinch. She calmly responds, I think everyone else is. But you can almost hear the sigh behind those words. It's as if she's already heard enough of Cody's nonsense and is just trying to move the conversation forward. And let's talk about those moments when she's trying to rein in his wild energy. Suki's facial expressions say it all. There's this quiet struggle in her, this balancing act where she's trying to maintain her professionalism, but at the same time, she's clearly exhausted by the emotional warfare happening right in front of her. Cody is throwing accusations, having tantrums, and making bizarre statements, but Suki, she's the one who has to remain calm, focused, and keep the conversation going. It's honestly impressive how she handles it all with as much poise as she does, even if you can tell it's pushing her to her limits. Oh, Mary and Janelle, where do we even start with these two? Their reactions throughout this tell-all special really highlight just how much tension has built up over the years, and honestly, it's hard not to feel for both of them. Mary especially seems to be reaching a boiling point when it comes to Cody and his favoritism toward Robyn. Her comment, "We're all supposed to be Robyn," is such a telling line. It's not just a throwaway remark. It's a clear indication of the deep resentment and frustration she's been harboring for a while. For years, Mary has been the first wife, the one who helped set the foundation for Cody's polygamous family. But now it feels like she's been pushed to the sidelines. In the eyes of Cody, and let's be real, in the eyes of the show, Robyn has somehow become the chosen one, the wife that Cody prioritizes emotionally and otherwise. Mary's remark cuts right to the heart of that. It's a quiet cry for recognition, for equality in a family where she feels increasingly invisible. The comparison to Robyn is sharp, and it's clear that Mary is fed up with playing second fiddle. Honestly, you can feel the weight of those years of emotional labor that have gone unappreciated. Then there's Janelle, whose reactions are more subtle but no less impactful. Janelle is a woman who doesn't mince words, but in the tell-all, it's her facial expressions that really give her feelings away. While Cody goes on about his delusional, divine connection with Robyn, Janelle's eyes say it all. There's no hiding her frustration with how Cody's relationship with Robyn has overshadowed her own. It's the quiet resignation in her eyes, the way she's holding back 1,000 unspoken thoughts. Janelle, unlike Mary, doesn't always verbalize her discontent, but she doesn't have to. Her body language is loud enough. Both Mary and Janelle's reactions give us a glimpse into the years of emotional toil they've endured. Mary's sarcasm and frustration stem from a feeling of neglect, while Janelle's skepticism and subtle comments point to a deeper disillusionment with Cody's polygamous practices as a whole. These two wives have been there for years, and their reactions in the tell-all show just how deeply their experiences have shaped their feelings about Cody and his approach to their family. Okay, Cody's bizarre rant about being a salesman is one of the most cringeworthy moments in the tell all. He starts spouting off this strange metaphor about how, as a salesman, he's supposed to kill the better salesman if there's always someone better. What? Honestly, it's hard to even make sense of. But in true Cody fashion, he's so wrapped up in his own nonsense that he's using these incoherent metaphors to deflect and avoid real accountability. Then, to make matters worse, Cody insists that his relationship with Robyn is higher divine, as though they're operating on a spiritual plane above everyone else. You can see how completely deluded he is, spinning these nonsensical analogies to try to justify his favoritism and bizarre behavior. It's like he's completely out of touch with reality, using these over the top metaphors to hide his inability to process his emotions properly. Honestly, these rants only make him look more erratic and defensive. Cody can't face the truth about his own actions, so instead, he resorts to tantrums and incoherent babbling. It's almost painful to watch. Amid all the drama and chaos, there's a rare moment of warmth that stands out: Logan Brown's birthday celebration. It's honestly such a refreshing contrast to the tension-filled tell-all. While the rest of the family is unraveling before our eyes, Logan's milestone birthday feels like a glimpse into what could have been, or what they might have had if things hadn't gotten so messy. Janelle's heartfelt message about her firstborn, along with Michelle's sweet reply, is a moment of genuine love and pride. It's a reminder of the simpler, more grounded aspects of family life. In the middle of all the emotional turmoil and hurtful exchanges, moments like this remind the audience what's normal: a loving, supportive family celebrating milestones together. It's almost like a breath of fresh air, showing us that despite all the chaos, there are still bonds of genuine affection and joy in the Brown family. As we wrap up this intense tell all, it's impossible not to wonder what's next for the Brown family. With season 19 being split into multiple parts, it's clear that the drama is far from over. And honestly, it feels like we're on the edge of something even bigger. The unpredictability of the show's schedule makes it hard to guess when new episodes will air. But one thing's for sure: this family's drama is going to continue to keep us hooked. Season 20 could be a whole new chapter. Will we see even more fallout from these explosive revelations? Will Cody's relationships crumble further? Or will the wives finally stand their ground? Who knows, but whatever happens, it's going to be just as wild as what we've already seen. So, what do you think will happen in season 20? Let me know in the comments below.